Hello, I'm Melissa,
And I'm Allie.
and welcome to Phantoms.
And Psychos.
And today's episode is about our local legends, or stories we heard about when we were growing up. I am going to be talking about the Blanche Hotel. A little bit of history about the Blanche Hotel. It was built in 1902 by Frank Pierce Milburn and Henry W. Otis in downtown Lake City, Florida. Historically, the building is known as the Hancock Building, and it has one of the oldest elevators in the state of Florida. And not like the hand-operated ones, the one that like is automatic. You push a button and it goes up. So, pretty cool. Okay, we're going to be getting to the supernatural portion of the Blanche Hotel soon. Just wanted to give some history about it. The hotels also added a north and a south wing from 1925 to 1926 because of Florida's new interstate system that had new guests coming in. The hotel's prime rooms would go for a daily rate of $3 to $4 a day. 2019 money, that's about $60 a day for a luxury hotel at that time.
That's really good.
It was a very good price. Or $14 to $22 weekly. Some notable guests from the hotel's prime day was Johnny Cash and gangster Al Capone, which everybody always talks about Al Capone in the Blanche Hotel.
He stayed at so many hotels, though. Like every hotel you hear about, oh, Al Capone stayed here.
It's like, cool. Yeah, he stayed there on his way to Miami.
Who was the other one again?
Johnny Cash.
Oh, okay.
And that's the only ones I could ever find out concrete that has been there. There's been like other rumors about other people staying there. Like there was a rumor about like Elvis staying there once, but I don't know if I believe that. And since Lake City was not picked to be the new campus of University of Florida, go Gators.
Probably a good choice.
A lot of people were really pissed about that. That there were like violent outbursts.
What do you think Lake City would have been like if it hadn't been chosen?
A lot different. Like we probably would be Gainesville, and Gainesville would be Lake City. It'd be like a total swap.
Oh my god!
Like in an alternate universe somewhere, in an alternate universe somewhere that actually happened. Since we weren't picked to be the new campus of University of Florida, the hotel went into a steady decline, and then 1949, the hotel started carrying out other functions, like opening up their bottom floor to private businesses, specialty stores that, well, to this day, before the renovations started, were still open. They had like restaurants and stuff. And then the Blanche ceased operation as a hotel in 1967, but remained open for the stores inside. Then the Blanche was officially added to the National Historic Register of Florida January 18th, 1990, for the elevator that resided in the building. I think, honestly, the elevator is pretty cool. Like, I told my mom about it. She was like, who would want to ride in an old elevator? I was like, I would!
I'm scared to death of elevators, so definitely not me.
But it's only 3 floors.
That's still terrifying to me. I don't know why. Just elevators in general freak me out.
Okay.
But I also refuse to take the stairs, so. But for only 3 floors, I would.
Okay, I was gonna say, didn't you want to live there? Like,
yeah.
You would either have to use the elevator or you would have to use the stairs.
I wouldn't 100% use the stairs unless I was in hills.
Or you had to carry something heavy.
Yeah.
Like furniture or something.
Or like my purse, because it weighs like 10 tons.
I've always wondered, like, how people get like furniture on different levels. That is besides the point, because we're talking about ghosts right now.
Maybe we'll find out later. Maybe I'll find a roommate that's willing to move in there with me.
Okay. So, let's get to the actual ghost of the Blanche Hotel, since you know the history now. The exact dates I've tried very hard to find, but they were like next to impossible to find. You had a really good theory about why, since they were doing renovations.
Yeah, like if someone's doing renovations, they're going to try to bury like any paranormal stuff because they want people to rent and not be scared.
Yeah.
Because even those who are like, I don't believe in ghosts, they're not going to go be like, oh, it's haunted, whatever, I'm gonna go live there. You're still gonna be like,
Maybe not. So it's very hard to find, but we know for sure there has been one murder, several natural deaths, and one suicide inside the building. A small hole has been seen in the second floor ceiling that mysterious, like coins, newspapers, like different types of items have fell through, even though no one's ever been allowed on the third floor, which is like kind of creepy. But now the hole is probably gone since they're doing renovations to the building. More supernatural happenings is ghosts of children playing and laughing on with like empty footsteps on the third floor. The third floor is like supposedly the most haunted part, even though things have happened in other parts of the building.
is that why no one's allowed up there?
Yes, or no one was allowed up there, until they make the apartments. And
I
now
want one
people
on the
will live
third
up
floor.
there. They had offices on the second floor, so people that owned those offices would be able to go on the second floor. But there would always be reports of the computers in the offices like malfunctioning, and people that would work late would hear footsteps above them, even though the third floor, of course, was always blocked off because like the floor wasn't like strong enough to like support anybody.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
I mean, it was still strong enough so if you walked on it, you could be fine, but they
Could.
Yeah, they kept
Could.
it off limits so people didn't fall through the ceiling.
Can you imagine just like sitting there and someone comes like falling through your ceiling?
Yeah, that'd be terrifying. All right. So yeah, people would always hear about ghost children. And ghost children, I think, is the creepiest shit. I always
Truly
feel
terrifying.
like ghost children are just secretly demons. There's also an unknown basement ghost, which a fire marshal actually has a really cool story.
I hate basements
Mhm.
and attics.
Basements in Florida, I feel, are pretty creepy because they're not very common. So to have one, it's like some very shady stuff is going on down there, isn't it?
I mean, usually.
Yeah. So there was a fire marshal doing an inspection of the building, and he was going down to the basement. And right before he hit the last step, he felt a grip of a hand pull him down to the ground.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Like, I don't know if I could ever walk back into a building if I felt something grab me and pull me down. The most talked about ghost by far, though, is a woman spirit who probably killed herself. I don't know for sure if there's any evidence that states this, like no newspaper articles or
By
anything.
the way, guys, we are not professionals.
I'm not, but I did go to
experts.
the library and like look at every single book I could about Columbia County and the Blanche Hotel, and there's like next to nothing in most of the books. And I was like, why is there nothing about this hotel anywhere? Like, just a speculation. It was probably around like the mid 1930s, and it was while she was pregnant. But the way I always heard the story is that she drowned her baby and then she killed herself. But, it's like a massive game of historical telephone and you never get the thing right.
And that's if it even happened.
Yeah, and like I'm pretty sure like some of it is like urban legend kind of.
Some woman who died in there, but we don't know
Yeah,
how.
we don't know how or why.
Or maybe she just died like on the property or very close to.
Like a natural death.
So.
But most people that have come in contact with her, she's heard like wailing and muttering, and she also has been seen closing doors, flickering lights, and some have been like known to hear her when they're walking down the street, like screaming.
And on a daily basis.
And people actually think it's like a real person inside, and they're like, oh my god, I need to help this person that's probably getting murdered. Like, could you imagine like walking down the road and knowing that a hotel is empty? Like, because the third floor is practically abandoned. So like hearing something.
Wouldn't you also think, hey, that's the perfect place for someone to take someone to murder them?
Yeah. That's probably why most of the people that heard her scream was like, oh, shoot.
They'll call the cops right
And
now.
it's like, hey, someone's getting fucking murdered. I mean, the headquarters for the police is like right down the street. So
That is true. That's
it would
very
not take a
convenient.
very long responsive time.
Oh, I guess then you wouldn't choose that abandoned building because they
No.
are right there.
They're like right there.
Yeah.
That's kind
I
of
forgot
dumb.
about that.
It's a dumb spot to go to.
I just want to clarify, I'm not technically from Lake City.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, when I mentioned doing the Blanche, you didn't know anything about it.
no.
Because
I didn't know about the Blanche itself until I heard about the apartment buildings and someone's like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like, perfect. Sign me up.
Yeah, but the reason why like I really wanted to do the Blanche is because almost no one knows about it. And I'm like, please spread the word. Make it more than just a Lake City story. So yeah, she's also been heard calling out a name, but no one's ever actually figured out what name she's saying.
Then how do they know it's the name?
Exactly.
What?
Like I just seen that.
Do we just assume it's the name?
Yeah.
Maybe she's saying pasta. Maybe she just really wants pasta.
And that's why she's been stuck in turtle like damnation.
That wouldn't be my luck.
I never got to eat my fettuccine alfredo. Looks like I'm stuck as a ghost. Until someone gets me fettuccine alfredo. I actually went to the Blanche Hotel and used a Ouija board on multiple occasions.
Yeah, that does not sound like a great idea, but
on the same occasion, well,
I mean, I can't say much. I get drunk and use a Ouija board, so
yeah. Well, on multiple occasions, I talked to the same ghost. I
That's very cool.
never talked to a different ghost. Like I only talked to him, and this ghost name was Oz, which we figured out because our Ouija board, for some reason, did not have a Z. It's a part of the alphabet. Why wasn't it there?
Where did you get this Ouija board from?
It was a supernatural Ouija board, and I'm pretty sure we got it from Target. Like, it was supernatural themed. It had, like, Sam and Dean on it.
Yeah, I knew what you meant.
But I was like, why is there no Z? Is this, like, a typo? Did someone just forget to put a Z on it? Yeah, so his name was Oswald. And we asked him what he did at the hotel. He was a hotel concierge, and he worked the night shift.
That wouldn't be like the work. No, that might be the best time because then you don't have to deal with people.
Yeah, because I mean, we asked him, and we're like, "Were you alive when Al Capone visited?" And he was like, "Yeah, I was, but I wasn't like there when he was there, because he would be asleep. So like, he didn't actually see him." He just knew he was there, and he didn't do any task for him.
Same hotel as him.
Yeah, we asked. We're like, "Did Al Capone ask you to do any task?" And he was like, "Nope." We're like, "Okay, moving on."
Don't want to know any more information about that.
Well, like, we didn't want to spend too much time because since the police are like right there, and that's like, it was sort of a hey, off limits sort of deal.
Can you imagine if I get an apartment there?
That'd be so cool. I'd be down doing like a Ouija board session or like maybe a seance.
Oh god.
But I'd be like, I want to talk to Oz. Give me Oz. He also told us how he died. He died of a heart attack while working the night shift.
Poor Oz.
I know. It's like, man.
Oh, that brings up the question: how long did it take someone to find him? Oh. That just made me really sad.
But like, can you imagine dying at work? That's like the worst place. Although he did mention that like he loved the hotel. So
it's one of those times where you're like, just kill me now, and it actually happens. You're like, shit, I didn't mean it.
It was rhetorical. God damn it.
That wouldn't be my luck.
Yeah. Well, because we were like, oh, we're so sorry, and he was like, I loved working here, and I was like, aw. So are you glad you're spending eternity here? And you're just like, yeah.
Oh.
Which, I mean...
He sounds like a very look on the bright side kind of person.
From the conversations I've had with him, he was a very gentle spirit.
Well, that's nice.
And he just wanted to tell history about the place, which is pretty cool because It's
I
like,
mean, how else are you gonna learn
yeah,
it?
I mean, it's like the history has basically been erased for the Blanche Hotel. So, yeah, those are the ghosts of the Blanche Hotel. That's, it's haunted. And they're making apartments. So, if you wanted to stay in a haunted hotel that is now turned apartment building, Lake City, Florida, Blanche Hotel, or probably Blanche Apartments now. And let's hope you get to stay on the haunted third floor.
Or not. I mean, that's up to you.
I'd want to stay on the haunted third floor.
I would too, but
I want to
also,
see this woman everyone talks about.
imagine like sleeping and this woman just starts screaming and you have to get up for work early the next morning.
That'd be
I would be
inconvenient.
so pissed off.
I'd be like, girl, chill.
Stop being so dramatic.
Like, just take a chill pill, man. Everything's fine.
Okay.
I just wanted to give like a special thanks to Greg Jenkins, who wrote the book Florida's Ghostly Legends, Volume 2. Because most of the research that I found was his research. So thanks, man. You actually you did the thing.
Did a thing.
You did the thing, and I appreciate you. And you're probably not listening to this, because why would you? But thanks. The Blanche Hotel is probably one of my favorite places in Lake City. There's not a lot of favorite places in Lake City.
I mean, can you have too many in Lake City?
No. There's like next to nothing in Lake City, so the Blanche Hotel being a favorite is good.
Mine was that rickety dock on the lake, and it's gone because that was a safety hazard. But, you know.
You've actually been in the Blanche, though.
I have, just at one of the restaurants that was there. And it was one time, and I felt super anxious because I was around people I didn't really know.
Oh, I was going to say, did you have any like supernatural inclinations when you were there?
No, because I was just super anxious because I was with a group and I only knew one person in the group. And the other two were Chandler and Josh. I'm like, I don't know these people.
Yeah.
So.
As for context, Chandler is one of my best friends and Josh is his friend. There you go. Now you know. Now you're up to speed. All right. Well, thank you for listening to this portion of the Supernatural. No, wait, that's wrong. I said that. I said that separately. I said that backwards. Well, thank you for listening to the Supernatural portion of Phantoms and Psychos.
Have you ever thought anything through? Does it really make any sort of sense to you? I'm That was Excuses by Get Your Hen Straight, and you can find them on Instagram at Get Your Hen Straight UK, or find them wherever you listen to music. Now back to the podcast.
Okay, and now time for the true crime portion.
Whoop whoop.
Okay, so this one I grew up hearing a lot about because it happened literally 17 days before I was born. So my mother was very anxious about it.
As one would be.
Yeah. But today I am talking about the kidnapping of Camilla Mobley.
I would say Mobley.
Mobley?
Yeah.
Okay. So Camilla was born at 7 a.m. on July 10th, 1998 at the University Medical Center in Jacksonville, Florida. She was born to Chinara Mobley, and her father was... Hold on. Oh, I did not write his name down. Whoops.
Nice.
Okay, but...
Father's not important.
Her father at the time was in jail because he was 19 and her mother was 15 when she got pregnant.
Yikes.
So...
Big yikes.
Yeah.
Large yikes.
So he was not there. Around 3, a nurse came in and was talking with Chinara and was like, oh, something's off with the baby's temperature. I'll take her to get checked out and be back in 20 minutes. So she left. Well, eventually Chinara's like, where's my baby? Haven't come back, and she was just gone. So...
In the 90s, things should have been more secure. But that was pre 9/11, so I feel like less people cared about security.
True. But also, at the same time, crazy that, someone just walked in, grabbed your baby, and walked right out.
Yeah. No, hey, what you doing with that baby? Also, why would you want to?
Well, I will get into that. The woman who did it, in her testimony, she didn't explain what happened. So we do get a little clarification on, why she did it and all this. Afterwards, Camilla's mother, she had 3 other children, and she also sued the hospital and got a $1.5 million from it.
Wow.
I mean...
I'm sure a lot of that went to, legal fees and crap, but...
Yeah, but, I think the big thing is it's good that she did that because they did something really wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it was clearly negligence to have someone pretend to be an official and then steal a child.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, this is not that far away from where we live. I was born in Gainesville, and Jacksonville is not that far.
No.
So my mother at the time was freaking out.
Oh my God, what if someone steals my baby?
She's probably wishing someone had.
Nah.
Okay, so fast forward to January 2017. Camilla was living in South Carolina with Gloria Williams, who was the woman who kidnapped her 19 years earlier. So
she took the baby and definitely got out of Florida.
Yeah.
Nice.
She called Camilla Alexis Manigo, and she raised them with her other 2 children that she already had. They were raised together and...
so she thinks she has, brothers and sisters.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she does either way.
Yeah, I mean, but, she thinks the ones that she was kidnapped with...
Well, here's the thing.
...are her brother and sister.
Gloria told Camilla at age 16 that she was abducted because Camilla wanted to get a job and needed her paperwork, and Gloria broke down and told her. So Camilla knew for about 3 years.
Okay, and, did she know that Gloria was the one who adopted her?
Yes, Gloria told her all that. And, I mean, what would you do in that situation? The woman who raised you and loved you your entire life.
I don't know. I'd probably be I gotta take 1,000 steps back and completely reevaluate my life and what has led to this moment.
Yeah, but, you've lived with her your entire life. You love her like a mother because she raised you.
I mean, you built a trust with that person, too.
Yeah. Gloria apparently even offered to turn herself in and stuff, and Camilla said no and chose to stay there with her. I know, but at the same time, this is all you know. This is the life you grew up with. You love this person.
Yeah, it's sort of like that MTV series,
Finding Carter.
Yeah. Maybe that's what they were inspired by.
That one gets probably, but also they took a wild turn in that.
I didn't finish it. I've watched like 3 episodes.
Oh my god. Get to the second season, or end of the first. Turns out the woman who kidnapped them was her biological mother.
Spoiler.
Oh, sorry. Well, if you have not watched it at this point, I'm sorry, but it's insane. But in 2017, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office requested Gloria and Camilla to come in, and they ran a DNA test on Camilla and found out who she was. I was like, okay, well, now we gotta arrest Gloria. So
there's no like statute of limitations on kidnapping a child?
Unclear, because I do know she was sentenced to 18 years in prison for kidnapping on June 8th, 2018.
So about the same amount of time she kept the child.
Yeah, 1 year shy. But I mean, also, I guess 18, because like she could have fully left at 18. So.
Yeah. Wow.
But.
Because I know for like murder, there's no limitation on when someone can be charged for it. But there's like different varying sentences for like other things.
Yeah, like I think is it sexual assault?
I think sexual assault is only like 5 years.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's like what I remember from like tiny classes in high school. It might be wrong.
But so on the stand, Gloria told her story, and apparently before she did this, she was in a relationship with a guy who was very abusive and told her that he would calm down if she got pregnant and had his baby, and that would calm things down and he'd be okay. Well, she got pregnant and she ended up having a miscarriage, probably due to abuse. And then she got in the car and drove and just was driving and found out about a hospital stealing a baby. I mean, you have to be in a really terrible mental state at that point.
Yeah, to kidnap a baby.
Because you've been abused by someone you love. You just lost a child, which, God, I can't tell what I would do in that situation because.
I mean, I don't have a child, so I also don't know how that would feel. But I mean, I could like take a guess if I ever.
But like, you had this little life forming inside of you, and she was excited about it.
Well, that terrifies me, but I mean, I'm glad people get excited.
I mean, she had already had 2 kids before that.
Okay.
So, at that point, she knew what to expect.
She knew the rounds.
Yeah. I'm terrified of having children, but.
Oh, yeah, say! Something growing inside me is like terrifying, but that's my personal.
I'm also just terrified I'm going to be a terrible parent.
God save.
I can barely take care of myself.
Yeah. So as for her, like, kidnapping a child, I feel like even though it was horrible that she was abused, it still does not give the
I am not trying to justify it.
Of course, that's why she did it. Why not? Anyone would do that.
I'm trying to explain, like, where her mental state was.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
And, like, what she was thinking, which she wasn't.
Yeah.
She was just reacting and...
Bad reaction.
Very bad reaction. But from some of the articles I've read, Camilla, who goes by Alexis.
I mean, I wouldn't want to change my name that I've had for years back to who I don't really know who named me.
But she still talks to Gloria. She does not have much of a relationship with her biological mother. And
did the biological mother meet her?
Yes.
Right, at least
but I mean, it's gotta be hard. Someone who's been looking for you for 19 years and.
Yeah, at some point, you think the parent probably would have gave up and, like, just assumed that they died.
Yeah. I mean,
which is, like, really sad.
Yeah, it is. But also, at the same time, it has to be a relief to know she's been cared for and loved for this long and wasn't, like, abused or anything like that. Like, the fact that she did love the woman she originally thought was her mother.
Yeah.
That tells you a lot because, again, she was well taken care of, at least. Not justifying it, not saying it was okay, but it could have been a lot worse. So.
That goes with a lot of things.
Yeah.
It could have been worse.
I mean,
nice.
That's that story.
Crazy.
Very crazy.
Wild. I don't think personally I would ever do that.
I mean, I would hope not.
But personally, I wouldn't have, like, thought about stealing a baby anyway.
I mean,
There are forms of like
I'm not
adoption.
even sure I want children, so definitely wouldn't just go steal a baby.
I'd steal a dog.
I would definitely, I don't think I'd steal one because I
Actually,
know that would break my heart.
more clarify. I would steal a dog that I have noticed getting abused by its
Yes.
owner. Because I'd be like, yeah, this person doesn't deserve this animal. I am taking it, and it's now mine. That is how I justify that.
So
And that's totally not on the same subject as stealing a baby.